A pleasant good evening to each and everyone in Georgetown, Guyana, the diaspora and elsewhere, friends all. First, as I always believe in one thing before I start my program, I want to send my condolence out to the entire world when there is raging war. What could be avoided? Whether it is Ukraine, Russia, Pakistan, India, Somalia, or all the other places hotspot, especially in Israel and Palestine. Friends, I want to send my condolence out to everybody. There's no exception to it whether you are a Jew or a Gentile, Muslim or a Hindu or a Christian or a Buddha. I want to ask all these political leaders, you all learn nothing yet? The biggest genocide that can take part in this world, under the late Adolf Hitler, 6 million Jewish people lost their life, according to information it's alleged. But everybody forget over 200 million people who suffer. Blacks, the Gurkhas, Indians, the whole of Europe. But nevertheless, we are here today. If not, the world would be speaking German. But call it what it was or what is going to be. Is it right? To see we are killing one another and making excuse. If I have a friend and he does not listen but creating more problem for innocent people and I am the backer, that make me a part of it also. I have seen the UN, the ICG court, and it seems like it have no voice when coming on certain people only vetoing this decision from the entire universe. Then what is the uses of the court or the UN? Every time, if it was an Arab country, sanction an invasion if possible. Spanish, same thing. African, same thing. And others, same thing. Friends, why it have to be this way? Trillions and billions of dollars have been wasted. Guns and bombs and explosions are rocking the universe. And Mother Nature is reacting, but we are not learning and waking up. Thanks to our politicians around the world. I have looked some interviews and something that take part in the UN. I want to take this time to congratulate the Barbados Prime Minister on behalf of the elegant way she speaks and how she put everything into the basket for humanity to understand which way we are heading. First World War, Second World War, I didn't born yet. But out of that Second World War, with all the slaughtering of the Jewish people in Germany and other places, Poland, Yugoslavia and everything with Tito, and great failures, we have saved humanity. Today we are living in this world to witness another genocide in Israel. According to information it's alleged, 140 countries reject the Jews. Guyana did not reject them. That is where it was to be in 1947. But it was Britain that ruled Palestine and Guyana with the help of the United States, send them to the Palestinian country. Friends, two wrong does not make a right. If a man is killing and burning people, building and killing people, and I am harming them, I'm a part of it also, aiding and abetting in the crime. I know that by saying these things, it could create a problem. But let it be known to the killer. You cannot annihilate the whole world. You may have a limit, but there will come a time by the hands of God, Mother Nature might destroy all what you're fighting for. Today, politicians, leaders, you send innocent men and women to die while you are hiding in bunkers. Why don't you do like Che Guevara, Fidel Castro, and many others? I think there says Gaddafi, and many more, and lead the war on the battlefield instead of hiding in bunkers and using your telephone to create catastrophe for humanity. I do not support no one kill another, no part of the world. And with this, I have to congratulate the Barbados Prime Minister, elegant. And then lately, I saw President Ali from Guyana give an elegant speech. I must commend these people. Because the first time he went to the UN, he spoke about the Pan-African slave trade and he asked for reparation. He went to England and was interviewed by BBC and he did the same. But maybe by his young age and inexperience, he forgot the country that his ancestor came to as cheap labor belonged to another nation. But nevertheless, I do hope he takes some of the same advice that he gives to the UN, the whole world, concerning the barbaric killing of Israel to Palestine people, and what happened in Haiti and others, that he will use the same measure in Guyana and give justice. You cannot say one thing on one hand, and on the other hand, you are doing actually the same by slowly robbing a nation, killing the people slowly, but getting rich off of them. I have to congratulate him again for giving $1,000 per family a person, and about what the school and everything else. At least he's young and he's learning, because the oil does not belong to politicians. It belongs to the nation. And if we want to be fair, it belongs to the indigenous people. We born there from other nations. Portugal, China, Africa, India. Only one race keep on holding on slave talk and emancipation, and want to have what they call constipation, which means they got to use the bathroom a lot. Friends, it is unfair. The same way we condemn someone for doing wrong, we must look at ourselves in the mirror and realize what wrong we have done and correct our mistake before we tell another nation what to do when they are wrong. Jesus said it better. And who loved God more than the black race? Who? Think of it, the black people. But Jesus said, do unto others you like them do unto you. And before you take the dust out of your brother's eyes, take the plank out of yours. Right, Ali? You're doing good now. But what is good when the Amerindian, the 9 tribes, cannot get a fair share, but we choose people, give them something, and they turn back and do wrong to their own? To be a leader, one must have vision and compassion, for there is a God above us all. We all are passing through. As the late Jim Rees says, this world is not our home, we are just passing through. So, all those who support the Burnham government in the past should take a lesson from what is happening right now. And you, the black race, talking about slavery and reparation. But what have you done to the Amerindian, the East Indian, and others? You have driven them actually to starvation. But you ask for reparation, which is a serious situation in a country does not belong to you, since you are demanding the day when emancipation begins. If you do not like the country, go back to Africa, and for every one of you arrive, 10 must take your place. Modern Africa was not the one that sold the ancestors out. And you have to congratulate the ancestor who sold yours out, because I'm a part of it. Maybe they was unruly like you. They were corrupt. They were destructive. Make the ancestor family sold them to the European and brought you into a land where there was another nation. How do you know what happens to you, but you cannot understand what you are doing to people as the black race out of Africa? Coming to you, the East Indian, y'all don't like when I talk, but I will keep on saying it. If you believe in Allah, Bhagwan, and God and hope to go to heaven, you better shake the hands of Satan, or whoever you want to call him. Because I hate two-faced people. If you want it good for yourself, what about others? You Indian, you are not a racial people. You're covetous. You're vindictive. You're spiteful. You're jealousful. And you're very effing ungrateful towards people who stand at your corner. You make Judas look good because you don't know how to trust you. You laugh and talk and hug and let people believe you're so good to them, not realizing you are a snake in human form. You may not like what I'm saying, but I don't care. I have mixed with a lot of people. Some I help build a house. Some I help give them a car to take care of their family. And they insult me. They didn't live long after, thank to God. Some of them, they'll be with you just to carry news. We hire you, give you a good job, and you still thief from us. Look at Canaan. Some blacks stole generator all from us. Where are you all going? I curse the generation of your gap. If you have children, may they drag on the face of this earth because of your mistake. They must suffer for the wrong you have done to people, physically and economically. You black people in Guyana. But the decent one, honorable, may God bless the family and they go forward. Corrupt judges, magistrate, prosecutor, and police. If you have children and you hurt innocent people, your children must suffer before your eyes for the wrong you have done to people. And if you kill innocent people for a few dollars, your own must be killed in different way, in accident, and the same way you kill innocent people. Because life is a one stage. We born, we live, and we die. All in Africa, India. Why the Chinese are more united than these two races? Answer me. They talk. They're not killing each other. In Africa, they're killing for land and water. Tribe killing tribe on modern day. Capturing and raping the mothers of the future. Young innocent girls. Like Nigeria the other day with Butaram. And many other hotspots in Africa. Rwanda is a wonderful country with a young black brother who united the Tutsi and Hutsi. And another country in Africa, I think is ruled by French. I don't know if it's Guinea or one of them. All the rest are corrupt. Idi Amin drove 1 million Indians out of Uganda. Mr. Mugabe drove every European white out of Uganda. Sorry, out of former Rhodesia. The new leaders had to call them back. But when in Guyana and the West Indies and others, the great-grandchildren of Africa is enjoying what don't belong to you, and you turn back and do worse to the native, and you are talking about slavery and reparation, you should go to sleep and don't wake up. Friends, you may not like what I'm saying, but I don't care one shit. I want you all to know, wake up. But the good ones, Indian and black, may God be with you and your family, that you live to see the enemy of the people cripple, crawl, and their children suffer because of their sins towards people. How much years can we continue this? Look at Israel. Too many excuses. So many children are losing their life. Women and children are losing their life. For what? And we are occupying people's country. It could have been avoided in 1947. They would have developed Guyana since in the 70s if they was given that opportunity. We wouldn't have got to hear the black man government and the coolie man government. You would have heard the people's government. The advantage you take on the women, you blacks that take on your black sisters, you should be ashamed when you talk about slavery and actual reparation. You turn your sisters into child mother, and they're so illiterate you are child father or children father. We are not in a breeders' club. And you Indian, you love to ridicule, criticize, and condemn if you have little money or education more than the rest. And use and abuse them physically and morally and verbally because you think you are better, because you have a better job, education, and money. You all are a disease, need to be cured. So with this, I call upon the decent Guyanese between the Indian and the black. Denounce the day of arrival because you were born in Guyana, British Guyana, and a so-called independence to nation who arrived and who emancipated while the native is still suffering and waiting in the wilderness for their country. So how could you tell me that you're free? But Mr. Ali, I raise my hands to you. Don't matter what you got in life, you're going to get and left it. No man takes with them what he has, but the good and the bad. And you being a Muslim, you are showing that you are willing to learn and do good. And I congratulate you. I congratulate the mother and father who give birth to you. But be careful with the people around you. Be careful with them. Jealousy don't have friends and family. Change your driver. Change your cook. Change your guards at a second notice. Because many people don't like when you're doing good. And there's a minister in government, an Amerindian, her relative are in jail. Moses Lancaster, he born with a deficiency. He cannot speak good, he can't analyze good, he was charged for murder. When 2 Indians was walking free, when 3 of them should have been charged. But because he cannot talk and analyze, they charge him for the murder of a taxi driver in the highway. He's still in jail and they sentence him to death. Ali, in respect to you, as a Muslim, I ask of you to pardon a few prisoners, especially Mr. Moses Lancaster. If he said 3 words and you understand it, then you're better than Jesus or Prophet Muhammad. So I urge you to look into it. David Granger was the only one pardoned criminals because the situation of the country have created an environment for whores, thieves, and beggars and criminals during the Burnham time, not during the high time. And David Granger, it's alleged, they say he claimed too many black boys in jail. You only see black people, you didn't see no other race. If the man really said. So, it is time for we to form a national front government, where the Amerindian must be the leader of the country, administered by the rest. The army, the police force, civil servant, all must have a mixed race. And laws must change. No man is above the country constitution and the law. What goes for one goes for all. I believe if you caught a man raped, execute him. If they're fighting for land and they prove it unfair, take the land and give it to who they accuse. And if they continue, execute their ass. Those are the things I believe in. I believe if you lie on somebody and cause them headache, pain, and to waste their time in court, when corrupt lawyers make deals because they see dollar bill, when it is proven in time, all who was involved must be tried. And if found guilty, I believe in execution. You all could do the rest. That is why I don't want to be a leader. Okay? And I believe the people need land and 50,000 US to build their house. Let's unite and put Guyana forward. And since Ali is trying, let's give him that opportunity and work with him for a better Guyana for the future. Let's unite and do it, friends. Thank you. Thanks for listening.